Good evening. Good to be back home. Good to, play better in front of our home crowd after our, disappointing performance on December 31st. Been a challenging couple of weeks for us. And, Butler's a team that, had Villanova down double digits late. They went toe-to-toe with Connecticut. They've had some tough games, possession games, very similar to us. We thought our guys responded well. They were connected, played a pretty clean game on both sides of the ball, and really proud and that we came out on top with the victory.
Questions for the players?
Ryan, can you talk about your first career double-double, again, your first starting assignment?
Yeah, it was. It's honestly just fun to be out there, play with my brothers. Whether I have a double-double or no stats, I'm just enjoying being out there and competing and winning. So yeah.
Jayden, what have the last few weeks been like for you guys, and from a player perspective, and how much has your voice kind of gotten even louder because you being one of the veterans?
The last few weeks has been really us coming together as a collective, us committing to each other, committing to what we want to accomplish as a group. For me, my voice has taken a step up. Something that's been needed as a guy that's been here for my third year now, someone with experience. I feel like I'm doing a good job. I'm continuing to get better at it. But I feel like our team is just coming together, and we had a couple of close games where we were just right there. And I feel like now we know what it looks like to put together a good 40-minute game and take that next step.
Jayden, it seemed like you were in attack mode and your team was in attack mode all night. Can you speak a little bit about that?
Yeah, that's something the coaches have been on us about, just being aggressive, being our most aggressive selves. And I feel like everything kind of starts and ends with me as the point guard of the team, the leader on the team. So I feel like it's my job to really set the example for the rest of the guys. And I feel like as I go, everyone else plays their role, and we have good things when we all playing in that aggressive mode.
Brian, talk about your game. It looks like you have the tendency to let things slow down and you're able to attack. Just how much you're able to kind of maybe pace yourself, and that allows you to do what you have to do out there.
Yeah, I just like to play at my pace. Try not to get sped up by the other team, and then that just leads to it works in with our offense well, and guys just keep moving and passing, and then playing with my pace was able to get plays done.
Ryan, how much confidence are you playing with right now?
A lot of confidence, but that's just because I'm getting it through Kim and the other coaches and all of my teammates.
And your rebounding, is it something you take pride in?
Yeah, definitely. When I see the shot goes up, I just try to go get it.
Ryan, when you step on the floor, what do you hope to bring to the team?
I just try to bring energy. Just try to play as hard as I can and bring like the lift to the whole team.
Do you feel like you've been able to do that as the years gone along with more minutes and more of a role?
Yeah, I'm always going to try to play my hardest and play with the most energy I can. So yeah, every game I step into, I'm going to play my hardest.
Jay, how much emphasis was it to try to get downhill tonight and try to get to the basket and attack?
Something that we worked on all week. We knew their defense. We knew how we wanted to attack their defense, and that was a huge emphasis for us going into this game. I feel like we had times where we did it. Sometimes we got lobs to Osmond. I had a couple, and sometimes me and Benzie were able to just get downhill finish.
3-point defense, they came in as, maybe known as being a three-point shooter, but to hold them to 7 attempts first half, 9 the second, just the ability to kind of not only close out, how big was that?
Really just, it was our scouting report. Our scouting report discipline, knowing the type of team we were going to play against, and that was one of our key goals coming to this game, limiting their three-point attempts. Something we did a good job, as you just said. Yeah.
Jayden, it's like you said, it's been a tough stretch for the past few games. What's the winning feeling like? And is it relieving at all right now?
Feels great. Winning's hard. I feel like it took a hard effort for us to go out there and put the game together, but it feels great when we do it. And I feel like I know the rest of our staff and the rest of our team, we like this feeling, and we're going to do whatever we can to keep feeling this way.
Do you feel at all right now that you guys are starting to build chemistry and cohesion with the same guys starting to play a lot together?
Oh yes, sir. I think we're doing a good job being intentional with how we approach the game. Really trying to slow the game down, break it down piece by piece of how we want to attack it. And I feel like as we're doing that, we're coming together and finding out who we really are.
Any more questions from the players?
Ryan, you looked like you were limping a little bit near the end of the second half there, and you went back in. You know, how were you feeling then, and what got you back out on the court?
Yeah, I just had a calf cramp, nothing serious, so I'm all good.
Questions for the coach?
Kim, I'm curious, just talk about the progress that Ryan has made. Obviously, his feel, you've liked his feel since he got on campus, but seems to be progressing almost week by week.
Yeah, he's an everyday guy. You know, he didn't get to, work with us this summer at all because he was, rehabbing from a back injury from his senior season at Newman in Boston. But, he got back out there a few weeks into practice, and he's just gotten better and better and better every day. He's a sponge. And even the mistakes he makes in games, same with Oswin. It's when the freshmen making those mistakes, it's kind of good, because when you get to see him in the moment, they get to learn from him and improve and improve from them.
I asked you after the Connecticut game, what was the difference with Wesley, and you contrasted it with Marquette, two different teams. We saw a lot of that same stuff today, though, the ability to get downhill and be able to be more aggressive.
Yeah, these guys are actually more similar to Marquette, in the gaps. They really want to shrink the floor. We did a better job with getting our spacing off ball to create those lanes for our drivers to drive. They're different in their ball screen coverage. They're back, Marquette's up. But, we got to learn a lot from the Marquette film and continue to improve.
Wesley, is it more mental than, or again, just matchups?
Yeah, back in the day when, before transferring became so rampant, when a junior college player would come up to the high major level, it was kind of buzz speak of, it takes the first half of the season. By the time you get to December and January, though, and it's similar to Wes. He was at a place at Chicago State where his usage was so high. Every single thing went through him. It's him figuring out how to play our way in our system, share the ball, pass the ball, post, cut, shoot more. He's shooting the ball, from the 3-point, the highest percentage on our team. And, last game, UConn, he turned down two big ones, turned down two big threes. And so but he's a great kid. I love coaching him, and he's gotten better and better every day.
Kim, how nice was to see you guys kind of dominate a game on your terms, like in exercise, whether it was like I asked about the guys about closing on threes or dribble drives.
Yeah, it's all we ask. And, generally, when we do execute to our standards, we do well. You think about moments against St. John's, moments in the first half against Rhode Island, moments the other night at Connecticut, no moments against Marquette. When we do, even when teams score, I think like the first possession of this game, they scored, but it was a pretty good possession. It was a shot, contested shot on our terms. We don't believe that teams will be able to beat us if they're scoring on our term, if they're attempting shots on our term, if we're taking care of the ball, if we're defensive rebounding, if our shot quality is good. And too many moments this season, it hasn't been that way. It hasn't been that way. Guarding shooters with your hands down, free throw rebounding, getting to loose balls, being disciplined at the end of your drive, passing and cutting. But that's honestly that's the journey of a team. That's the challenge of a coach, to get your guys to do what you work on every day and to find that shared purpose. It was a big focus of ours this summer, is finding shared purpose. But, sometimes you got to go through some adversity to find it until they believe. And, You know, I know in this league, when we're watching games and we're watching the best teams in this league, I always think Connecticut, I think Marquette, I think Villanova, I think Creighton. When we're watching film and we're watching those guys do the things that we preach and we're losing games, I think it slowly starts to seep in. And share purpose, they have to want to do it as much as we do. They have to want to stay down on shot fakes at the end of drive as much as we do. They have to want to disallow threes as much as we do. They have to want to cut as much as we do. They have to want to, and when we get that, we'll win.
Do you feel like you're getting that more?
Yeah, I thought, you know, we had 2 okay practices before Connecticut. I thought we had a good practice yesterday. You know, except Wi-Fi was down on campus, so we couldn't watch it. We couldn't watch the film. We could only watch one end of the court, so we would only watch one end. So I think it was good. I don't know. You know, but again, we're stacking days. We're stacking days. Our bubble's small. Our bubble's isolated and small. I'm sure there's a lot of noise outside of our building, but we don't hear it. We're super, super focused on what we have to do.
Why'd you go with Ryan instead of some of the veterans to start?
Yeah, Rich, you know, was out. You know, he had a bump in practice, and then again against Connecticut. You know, he's played a lot. You know, he does what we ask him to do, and no, we love him. We love him. We loved him since the first time we seen him with the Middlesex Magic and Newman.
Keep with the husband. I know the numbers may not show it, but it seems like he's taking some real steps forward.
Yeah, he is. You know, he doesn't have a choice to. He gets a lot of minutes, a lot of opportunity in a league with some really good bigs. And again, similar to Ryan, it's finding that shared purpose. He's going to make mistakes, but both of them, so coachable, so coachable. And when guys are like that, when they don't fight it, when they're accepting of it, when everyone in their circle, they ain't complaining, they ain't making excuses, they ain't calling coach. I haven't talked to Jeff Mela all season, maybe a hello. I haven't talked to Osman's dad, maybe he'll text me a scripture. He's a pastor in Nigeria. Like, they're just such good kids. They're so coachable. And those kids, those are the Cam Joneses, those are the Eric Dixons, those are the Tyler Koleks, those are the Devin Carters, those are the Baylor Shiremans. Those are the guys that are going to go like that. They're just all in on doing whatever they got to do to help the team. Because the realization is, why wouldn't we want you to have great success? You know.
Kim, you talked about the coachability last week. I think it was like right after the game you mentioned that this team knows what they're doing. It's about being able to put it from the mind to the body and being able to put it out to the floor. You hear Jayden talk about tonight going back to, hey, we knew the game plan. We knew the game plan. During this little 4-game stretch, what does it mean to you as a coach to hear your players say, hey, you know what, we're continuing to buy in, because some teams during those funks, maybe they go in another direction?
Yeah, well, that ain't happening. If you go in another direction, it'll be off the team. It's been a challenge for us because I truly believe, and I told this to the guys, all the possession game, Oklahoma by 2, St. John's by 2, Barney's by 4, Rhode Island by 6, URI by 6, UConn by 3. I truly believe those games are my fault. I really believe it. And I tell them it is not taught until it's learned. It's not taught until, I could think we went over that as much as I want to, but it's not taught until it's learned. So we've had to slow down and be more intentional in practice. Make sure it's understood so that when you get to the moment of truth, those things are firing and they see them, because that's what matters most. So everything rises and falls on leadership. Their shortcomings are mine, and we'll keep working until there's true shared purpose in our group. Jayden has it. Jayden has it. He has it. He's in the same boat. Same boat. Woody Pierre, haven't talked to him since June, you know. No. I've seen him in the Bahamas, but yeah.
For Crease and Eli, are they getting close?
Yeah, they are. They are. They had a great workout today. Their best workout. They ran, with Chase Campbell, our strength coach. They ran every stadium stair in the amp today multiple times. Eli is working his butt off, and Kreese had a really good couple of days.
And Bryce, you would assume that one of these home games, if he was there, it's kind of a good time, if there is a good time, or is it truly just on his health?
Yeah, he's not feeling, strong right now in the knee, and we're keep, working and monitoring him every day. But ultimately, if a kid does not feel good and strong, it's not worth it.
Kim, when is it to be with him where he could think about maybe sitting out a year?
I think everything is an option. Every day is an option, and again, I feel bad for the kid. He played 13 games last season and lost his junior season. Still recovering from last season injury, bled into the first 8 games of this season, plus 2 exhibitions, all of our practices. And in 3 games in, he hurts his knee again. And so, there is a chance that, if he plays, he loses his senior season, and, it's tough. That is absolutely on the table. But, he's focused on just trying to get better and feel better every day.
At what point do you have to make a decision on that, Kim, or do you have to make a decision?
You don't have to make a decision. If he doesn't play, then the waiver will happen.
Any more questions?
Thanks, guys.